All right, dudes. I heard it all.
She's perfect. She's my everything. The slot C is so good. Oh my God, I love this woman.
And you write a check against it. And when you walk down that aisle, realize you're walking down a dark tunnel with no light at the end of it. Here at Ridiculous, I have done an assload of videos about women in divorce and men in divorce and how men get ruined by it. It's a bite out of the shit sandwich. Yeah, but once you've tasted that shit sandwich, you can really appreciate a slice of pizza. And perhaps life gave you a bunch of lemons and you can make lemonade. Or you can find somebody with vodka and play the long game. Winning. Yeah. This is the female side of the equation. And basically, if you look at the stats, women are getting married between 24 and 26. That puts us, between 5 to 7 years later when they get divorced at 32 to 36. This is the dude side. You get married at 26 to 32, you're a married slave. You're putting on that ring. You know what you're really doing? You're putting on the hand irons and leg irons, and you're walking to work, just like Kunta Kinte to feed the beast. Now you're going to be paying child support between 32 and 50, 18 years. I call this pay out the ass. And this episode here is designed to put a little tiny light at the end of the tunnel. Because if you can see the light, there's hope and everything gets easier. But seeing the light is really tough, especially when you step into divorce court and you realize it is stacked against you in every way, shape, and form. Order in the court. Hey, wait. Oh, there's a penis in here. Loser. Don't get too upset about losing the short game. Women, they win this game, the short game, all day long. They get the kids, they get the house, they get half the 401k, and you pay for the attorney, so that's the other half of the 401k. They got social programs that reward them for going for the cash and prizes at the end. And it is really infuriating, dudes, but don't lose your shit. So remember the CHILL acronym. Calm, higher intellect, latitude, and laughter, and you'll be okay. That's just a battle. You're gonna win the war, and the war is the long game. Winning! When you fight this battle, and you know you're gonna lose, do not put 100% of yourself into the fight. Otherwise, you're gonna defeat yourself before it even starts. It's real easy when you're paying child support, alimony, you lose your kids, and everything in your world comes down.
Eroding beneath me! Eroding!
Try to stay in your kids' lives as much as you can. I know sometimes the mother makes it next to impossible with false claims of domestic violence or sexual abuse or some other bullshit like that, and you get nothing but supervised visitations. But pick up the phone, use the computer. Who knows? When those scales tip in your balance, which they will over time, those phone calls can be the difference between that kid coming to live with you or moving into the street, or worse yet, prison. But you need to document everything that goes on between you and your kids, you and your ex-wife. And the minute she deviates from the parenting plan, you have her ass in court. You learn how to do the paperwork yourself, so you don't have to pay an attorney, and take her ass to court. Every time, no exceptions. You are establishing a pattern of behavior, and who knows, you might get lucky with a different judge down the way, because even sunlight shines on a dog's ass once in a while.
Come on, let's go back inside and have a shit.
When the short game ends and they win that war, there's a few things I've noticed that happen pretty much like clockwork. Got her in! Oh. Year 1 through 5, post-divorce, women always think it's a party. They put in the revolving door in the front and back door, and they have guys coming through. They're getting smoked and poked and riding the cock carousel. Life is great, and you're paying the bills. Haha! Don't let it get to you. She's just trying to rub it in your face. Well, you can take solace in this fact also, that one of those dudes on the cock carousel she's riding, being the hub in the Richard salad and all, could give her Harpy syphilis. Just saying. More cock! What did you do to me? Nothing I didn't do to 15 women before you. After the 5th year, or maybe a little bit before the 5th year, usually year 5 through 7, they realize that maybe running the father off out of their kids' lives wasn't such a good idea, because now they're like 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, and they're starting to rebel. And that's hard enough for 2 parents to handle. And it's virtually impossible for just one. They want their father. And if they don't get it, they revolt. That's why 80% of the people in prison had no father at home. Once they realize that this is really hard, they search to find a replacement. They want a wallet, they want someone they can control, they want to do a lot of this, and then you pay for everything. They usually go for the replacement after the slingback fails, and they've had, I don't know, the Bologna Express run through them and they fail the dick stacking equation. Dudes, don't be that replacement. And if that doesn't work, then they move to the frantic state because they know that child sport's gonna be coming to an end and their looks have long since abandoned them. They've aged like curdled milk.
Oh God, why didn't anybody tell me?
But guess what? You can work till you're 65. That's 15 years of prime earning time for you. That's called game on. Strippers, whores, party, do whatever you want. Buy a boat, buy a Cadillac, buy a sports car. It's all on you now. Live it up.
Anyway!
By the time they get through with the divorce party, looking for a replacement and getting frantic, they probably got a bigger germ farm going on down there than that monkey in Outbreak. A lot of these women wind up gray, old, and poor. And who's the real victim in this? The kids. And as a father, there's nothing worse than watching your children spiral down and burn in, because there's really very little you can do.
Everybody hurt.
That's when the kids reach the ages of 18 or 21 in some states, and they realize
This woman is a bitch.
they don't want anything more to do with her, and they're out. The kids realize that they don't have balance, and they need to go find the other half of the equation to get it before it's too late. And have them come stay with you, because that's how you win the long game.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
All right, I can't tell you how many times I've heard dudes on the other side of my desk go, "That's never gonna happen to me. She's different. She loves me." I'm like, yeah. Okay, you don't realize that I'm telling you the truth and you're gonna do it anyway because you think you're special and the rules don't apply to you. But hey, we're gonna go through some defenses here.
PP!
Number one, don't get married. Everyone's got a right to be a sucker once. Fool me once, that's shame on you. You fool me twice, that's shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I never get to retire. In fact, I work until I die. Stay clear of women with kids, especially if they have kids from 2 different dudes. They're either batshit crazy or they're serial bad decision makers. And get deactivated so you can't have any more. It's a snip, 2 pokes, and some smoke, and it's over. You're out of the gene pool forever. On the battlefield, if you don't want to get targeted or shot, you camouflage yourself. In the real world, when women are out there, you're gonna jump on any pogo stick that has any influence or money, make your silhouette small. Don't buy the Maserati or the Porsche. You know, get a Honda or a Nissan, because you could drive those into the ground and save even more money. And do not go to the bar to pick up women, because you don't know what kind of herpagona syphilis they got. You don't want none of that. They might regret it the next day and accuse you of rape, and now you really gotta spend money. With that being said, have fun. I mean, drive it into the ground, skid into your grave and say, wow, what a ride. At the end, you get to win the long game. You get to win the long game when they're old, poor, and powerless and crying for more money. And how do I know this? I read about it, and it's kind of happening to my former slewer, what can I say? Not that I know anything about a woman going cuckoo for cocoa penis puffs and then winding up $70,000 in credit card debt. Winning? No. With that being said, it is the long game. And after you lose the short game, take a knee, take the 8 count, get back up, and keep swinging. If you followed rule number 1 and didn't get married, that means you have a lot of money laying around. So check out our Patreon and PayPal links below and throw us a couple bucks. We keep doing this and telling you the dirty, honest truth. And while we're at it, gentlemen, hit the subscribe button. Because if you do, when your ex-wife comes down to the party time, I won't partake. Winning. The 1 through 5 year period, I call getting the express phony baloney train run through you. Just saying. I say that because I've been around the block a few times, and the one thing I don't need is more Eskimo brothers. If you keep partying as hard as you do, woman, you're gonna wind up with a squid down there, just saying. And if you're using some of your equipment the way it's not supposed to be used, you're gonna wind up with an anal prolapse, just saying. I don't wanna do that, man. Dude, that's bad. That's bad shit right there.